Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive on The Explainer. Today, we've got a truly special, honestly, a really musical journey ahead of us. We're looking at how cinema, and specifically the music within it, manages to capture the actual beating heart of India. Since we're marking a massive, massive milestone right now, India's 80th Independence Day, we're turning to the soundtrack that has literally defined this feeling for generations. We've taken a fantastic compilation of 17 timeless Bollywood patriotic songs, and we've structured them to understand exactly why they resonate so deeply. Okay, let's dive into this. So this quote on the screen pretty much hits the nail on the head. What better way to feel the essence of this occasion than through music? Anybody could just read off a top 17 countdown, right? But that's not what we do here. To really feel the essence of this occasion, our structured journey today is going to completely bypass a simple list. Instead, we're organizing these soul-stirring tracks by their core emotional themes. And by doing that, we can see exactly how the idea of loving your country has evolved and really expanded on the silver screen. But hey, before we hit play on the music, let's just briefly anchor ourselves to the sheer weight of this number, 80. India marking its 80th Independence Day is a profound milestone. The atmosphere today is, well, it's charged. There's this shared sense of pride, an unbreakable spirit of unity, and of course, a solemn dedication to honoring the immense sacrifices that brought freedom in the first place. It's a day of reflection, but it's also a huge celebration. And the music we're about to explore, it is the absolute ultimate vehicle for both of those powerful emotions. To make sense of such a giant musical landscape, here is our roadmap for today. First, the spirit of 80 years. Second, celebrating soil and culture. Third, sacrifices of the brave. Fourth, modern and diverse patriotism. And finally, number 5, evergreen anthems of unity. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it shows Bollywood doesn't just use one cookie-cutter template for a patriotic song. Patriotism here is a super dynamic emotion. Sometimes it's a colorful, vibrant celebration of diverse cultures. Other times, it's a really gritty call to confront injustice through direct action. And then sometimes it's just a beautiful, simple homage to the agricultural roots of the land. And actually, that variety brings us right into our very first theme. Section 1. Celebrating soil and culture. Look at this brilliant contrast right here. On one hand, we've got Mir Desh Ki Dharti from the film Upkar. Now, this is the definitive, old-school track praising India's farmers and its rich agricultural roots. It just wraps you in this incredible, nostalgic warmth. But juxtapose that with a modern-day classic, Ter Di Mitti from Kesari. Here we get a completely soul-touching tribute to the land we call home, and it's just elevated to another level by the powerful vocals of Biproc. Two totally different eras, right? Yet they tap into the exact same reverence for the soil. And it's not just the soil, it's the actual color of the landscape. Take Dis Rangila from Fana. Seriously, when you hear this one, you immediately picture Kajol's enthusiastic, feel-good groove. It's just a vibrant celebration of India's diverse languages and physical beauty. Then we have Asade's Chimera from Veer Zara. This track does something genuinely remarkable. While it beautifully celebrates the traditions of Punjab, it also suggests that deep emotional ties, things like shared food and shared music, can actually survive and even transcend political borders and differences. Section 2. Sacrifices of the brave. When we talk about life in uniform, two massive anthems instantly come to mind. Sandeshe Aate Hain from Border is just a timeless classic. It beautifully captures that heartbreaking paradox, that deep, emotional longing for home, while still standing unshakably tall for the country. Contrast that emotional yearning with the pure kinetic energy of Kando Se Milte Hain Kande from Laksha. This is a rousing army march. When you listen to it, it literally transports you right into formation, celebrating discipline, camaraderie, and the immense pride of wearing the uniform. And this brilliantly illustrates the completely different ways courage is portrayed on screen. We have the action-rooted patriotism of Kunchala from Rang De Basanti. This plays when the young protagonists finally decide to step up, take to the streets, and confront injustice. It's all about the heavy responsibility of taking action. But then, contrast that with a totally different kind of bravery in the female version of I Watan from Razi. Sung by Sunidhi Chauhan, it moves you through its quiet strength, capturing a deep, internalized love and sacrifice for the country that honestly is just as powerful as taking to the streets. Section 3. Modern and diverse patriotism. Let's move to and see how this builds our modern playlist. First up, you have I Love My India from Here Express, sung by Javed Ali and Nikita Gandhi. This one injects this fresh, joyful, youthful energy that's literally perfect for getting everyone singing along at today's gatherings. Then, Vande Mataram from the recent film Fighter. This one blends high-energy modern beats completely seamlessly with the spirit of nationalism. And finally, Bharat Ki Beti from Gunjan Saxena, composed by Amit Trivedi. This track is so deeply inspiring because it focuses on breaking boundaries and saluting the dreams and courage of India's daughters. It's just a completely fresh lens on patriotism. But wait, what about those who aren't physically in the country? Which song captures the complicated relationship of the diaspora with their homeland? Well, if you are thinking of the film Swadez, you are spot on. Ye Jo Desh Hai Tera provides this incredible emotional variety to our list. It perfectly distills the protagonist Mohan's realization that despite having a really comfortable life abroad, there is this inescapable, deep-rooted connection to India that just constantly calls him back. It speaks to a very specific, yet incredibly common modern experience.
Section 4. Evergreen Anthems of Unity.
These 3 tracks are basically the glue of any Independence Day playlist. Bharat Humko Jaan Se Pyara Hai from Roja is a masterpiece. It emphasizes unity across religions and regions while proudly stitching together an ode to those who gave their lives. Then you have the absolutely infectious Suno Gaur Se Dunya Valon from Das. With heavy hitters like Shankar Mahadevan, Udit Narayan, Mahalakshmi Iyer, and Dominic on the vocals, it is a high-energy call to stand together. And rounding it out, we've got the catchy yet highly meaningful Phir Bhi Dil Hai Hindustani, serving as a constant reminder to keep our unified spirit alive no matter what challenges are thrown our way. Now, I want to highlight this one entirely on its own, just because it absolutely demands it. Majid Salam by A.R. Rahman. Guys, this is the very definition of an evergreen anthem. The way it blends those powerful lyrics with Rahman's soul-stirring music, it brings absolute reverence. It's pure goosebumps material. Whenever this plays, it guarantees an immediate, visceral emotional reaction from the crowd. It simply never, ever gets old. And as we reach the peak of our celebration, we need the exact right song to close it out. So the crucial point is choosing a track that matches the exact feeling of victory. Lehra Do from the film 83, with its super uplifting music by Pritam, does exactly that. There is genuinely nothing that matches the high of seeing the national flag wave in a moment of triumph. And this song, it is the ultimate closer to capture that soaring, victorious spirit. So we've traveled from the soil of the heartland to the front lines, through the modern diaspora, all the way to the soaring heights of victory. Cinema has genuinely given us an incredible tapestry of music to match every single emotion of today's 80th Independence Day. So I'm going to leave you with this. Which of these 17 anthems is going to make it onto your personal playlist today? I highly encourage you to explore these tracks, reflect on your own connection to this music, and let it just amplify your celebrations. Wishing you all a very joyous, pride-filled 80th Independence Day. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.